it's our WDHA Dog Days of Summer Virtual Edition. Oh my gosh. When I think bass, okay, I think of three people. John Paul Jones, Geddy Lee, Rudy freaking Sarzo. The legendary Rudy Sarzo is joining me live from California, correct?
Yeah, Los Angeles, yeah.
Woo, and Willow, there's beautiful little Willow Sarzo.
That's right. I'm going to move the camera a little bit lower so you can get the full experience.
Gorgeous. Love, 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 and love. Now, Rudy, I met you, over the years, just in passing, but a few years ago, and I don't know if you remember this, you were doing like some kind of a horror con or something. Frankie Banali and his beautiful wife, Regina, were there. They had been at my radio station the day before, and Frankie and Regina were so generous. Frankie's like, oh, give me your number. I'll text you tomorrow. Bring some shelter dogs by. I'll take some pictures with the shelter dogs. And this way we can help them get adopted. I never thought that I would hear from them. And of course, the next day, Frankie's like, hi, can we get the shelter dogs here? You were so kind because you didn't even know about this until Frankie must have told you. You came out of the hotel, you got into it too, and you were taking pictures to help these shelter dogs get adopted. And I will tell you something, after posing with Frankie Banali and Rudy Sarzo, and Carmine Appice was there too, the dogs got adopted. It is amazing sometimes what a photograph will do. So number one, I wanted to thank you for that. And my Rosie was a baby then, and you took a photo with her. But you have been an animal advocate forever. So let me get my other dog's pissed. Hang on. Let me get the other one up here too. Come here, Scar. Come here. All right, I got two. And Scarlet looks kind of a little tiny bit like Willow. But talk to me, Rudy, about when was the first time you knew, I love animals, I want to help animals, I want to cross-promote them, and I want to be part of the solution, not part of the problem?
Yeah, well, as soon as you do this, see, nothing feels better for me than doing this. See this? I'm holding the Willow. She gives me a kiss. Yeah, she's sweet. She is the first thing I see in the morning because she sleeps with us, and she sleeps between my wife and me. And she comes over, and my wife's still asleep. She's a late sleeper. So she and I we play, and she gives me kisses in the morning, and then at night, just the last thing I see. Not a thing, but it's the last family member that I see, because again, she gives me little kisses, and then she goes underneath the blankets and she goes to sleep.
She is beautiful. How did Willow come to join your family? Now, I remember your dog before Willow, because I follow you on social media, and I will tell you, you are you're a shelter's dream. You're always cross-promoting the dog. Social media has done so much for animal shelters. It's helped so many dogs to gain attention. And when somebody like you, a legendary rock star, you guys know Rudy from Quiet Riot and Ozzy and Whitesnake, and now, with the Guess Who. So I saw all of your tweets and posts with the dog that you had. Was it Victoria? Was that your dog? Was that her name? The dog?
Tori.
Yep.
Victoria, yeah.
I remember Tori, and she was a beautiful Yorkie. Yeah. And she passed away a few years ago. So how did this lucky dog come to join the household?
Yeah. Rebecca found her because I was on the road, and we have a network of friends, just we all do that, we become aware when dogs, they're available for adoption. And then little baby Willow became available, and she entered our lives, and it's the reason why I do it is because I think everybody should feel the unconditional love that I feel right now. Yeah. If more of us feel this, it would be a better world. Just like you're feeling right now, by holding, your baby.
Yeah, absolutely. I call them little, they're like Prozac with fur. You get that calming influence. And, you see dogs can help people with PTSD, or they'll go into a prison program and help people reform their lives. They're magical little characters.
Yes,
and
they
I feel like people that don't or have not had that experience are really missing out are missing out something in life. I found Rosie, simply by going to an animal shelter to deliver food. And there were these puppies that came in from this hoarding situation. And I thought, wow, look at this. I mean, she's a beautiful little dog, just like Willow is. So talk to me about finding a dog that looks like Willow, or as some people call them, like a designer dog. I try to let people know you can find any kind of dog you want in an animal shelter if you are patient. And if you're looking around, and if you're networking, like you said that you were with people, and it's okay to want a certain type of dog, a big dog, a small dog, a purebred dog. These dogs are all in shelters of no fault of their own.
Yeah, Willow is our fourth Yorkie in between my, we had a Yorkie even before my wife and I were married.
Wow.
And we were living together. We were engaged, and so they're perfect. They're like we call our Yorkies like the gooey sticky stuff between her and me. It's what keeps us together,
Yes.
It's kind of like it brings everything to a sensible, logical level. Yeah. Everything that happens in our lives, Willow is the glue, and so was Shaja, and so was Brittany, and so was Tori, and now Willow.
Yeah.
They are
centering. It's definitely like a centerpiece. I think our animals really center us. They don't really care if you're out having a successful tour, or if the tour gets stopped due to COVID-19 and you cannot go out and tour. They don't care if you put out something and it's well received, or people love it or people don't love it. It's not about that for them. It's all about basically about this. About the love and companionship that you get from them. I say my pups are my best buds.
She does have her opinions about music, though. Because in this room, I do a lot of recording, and when she hears certain things that she likes, she comes and she watches me play.
All right, so does she like jazzy Rudy, or does she like metal Rudy, or does she have a favorite Rudy?
She likes metal Rudy.
She likes metal Rudy. Okay.
Yeah, she's not big about ballads.
Yeah, she's not power ballad Rudy. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. And she's a character. From what I hear she's a character in the Los Angeles neighborhood that you live in.
She's a character. Yeah.
She's protective of you.
She's really choosy about her friends. She's got a Shih Tzu friends, Shih Tzus.
Yeah.
But other breeds, she's not very, she's not very friendly. Yeah. I don't know what it is. It's maybe, I don't know. Maybe she.
No, my Rosie's the same way. My Rosie has one dog friend other than my other dog that we live with, but the other dogs. I call her, she's the 9-pound bully. So I'm very surprised that she's not, looking at Willow through the screen here. She's kind of like licking off my moisturizer or something now. But I'm surprised she's not looking at Willow on the screen, because she's very reactive. If she sees something on TV, a commercial for the Limu Emu or some kind of something, she goes crazy. She's got that little bit of barkiness to her,
Yeah, that dog show. What is it called? It's on every year.
Oh yeah, the Westminster Dog Show. Yeah.
She loses her shit during that. She'll be like barking at the screen all the time. Yeah.
I love it. Yorkies are very, very, very smart dogs. We think that Rosie's got a little Shih Tzu, a little terrier. We don't know exactly. She's a shelter dog, and when she was a baby, we didn't know what she would grow into. But this is what she's
beautiful. Doesn't matter what. Yeah.
I have. Do you remember when you met Rudy? You met Rudy at the hotel before Mommy took you home. Do you remember? And I was telling her beforehand. I said, you have to be quiet. You don't understand. This man is a legend of rock and roll. He is a legend in rock and roll. So besides being home,
she don't care.
She doesn't give a crap. She doesn't care. Well, that's what we love about them. But besides being home with Willow and being Willow's dad, what have you been doing? Being in a quarantine and being in a lot and stuff. Have you been doing music with Guess Who? Have you been planning, guesting on anybody's records? What has I've been playing on other people's records. I've been doing master classes for Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp. Yes.
And yesterday was my first time out of the house. I I went over to, and I was part of a charity event, part of Life Nation with Steel Panther.
Yes, I saw that. I saw that online. Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and proceeds of that went to an animal rescue organization. Yeah.
Fantastic. The Steel Panther guys have really stepped up too. They've done a lot for animal rescue. It's been really, really awesome to see. And you've done so much too, Rudy. You know, so what is it like when you cross promote a dog and then, you know, somebody saw that dog or cat, you know, you're always cross promoting all kinds of animals, and some of the posts are very sad. You wish you could take them all in. But you know, you've really affected change for these animals, people who have their faces and their names behind a great cause like helping out our animals, you know, do affect change so much. How has that been for you? Has that been incredibly rewarding, being an animal lover?
Oh yeah, it is rewarding, but you know, I'm a realist. I understand that the real heroes are the people who are in the trenches, working at the shelters, fostering, really going the extra mile. The people that will fly, you know, there's organizations that will go and rescue animals.
Yeah.
They'll even go to like China, Korea to rescue them, bring them more. Those are the real heroes. I'm just a guy who is sharing information and creating awareness. But the people that actually go out there and devote their lives, you know, for these babies, you know, those are my heroes.
Yeah, yeah. And they give up, you know, they'll work all week and they'll give up their weekends to be in a pet store, you know, showcasing them, or come out to events that we do at the radio station and stay at an event for 8 or 9 hours in hopes that they get an application, or that somebody walks by and sees, you know, the animal. And, you know, I can't thank you enough for doing this, because putting together a virtual pet page at a time when our animal shelters can't do the amount of events or bring the amount of animals out to a big rock event or any kind of event is huge. So having our rock star friends step up for the cause is, you know, is just, it warms my heart. And you were one of the first people that I thought of to do this, because I know what an animal lover you are as Willow's dad. So the top 3 things you love about being a pet parent. What are the top 3 things you love about having a baby?
What's there not to love? Oh my God. Well, you know, it's the unconditional love you get, and you were talking about the centering that, you know, brings in, and you know, she might not be really friendly, but she attracts a lot of people towards her. So, you know, we make friends through her, even though she loves people. She really does. She's not too crazy about other puppies.
Yeah. She's the boss lady. She's the boss lady. So here's what I'm thinking in the pecking order in the Sarzo household. It is Willow first.
Yeah.
It is your wife, Rebecca, who you've been married. You have one of the greatest marriages in rock and roll. You guys have been married for a really, really long time. It's wonderful to see.
Yeah, we're going on 36 years.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah. And then Rudy taking his 3rd place. But I don't think you mind that much, do you?
No, that's the way it should be.
Yeah, that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be.
Somebody has to be at the ground level holding everything up. You know?
Yeah. So true. So Rudy, what are some of the animal rescue places that you love and support on the West Coast?
You know, lately I've been I became aware of the Eastwood Ranch, Allison Eastwood, and it's based out of here at Woodland Hills.
Yes.
I'm part of an organization, a charity organization out of Canada called BANC, Benevolent Artists National Charity. And this last year we raised $75,000 for the Napoleon Foundation, which is Emmylou Harris's rescue in Nashville, Tennessee.
Group. Yeah, fantastic group.
Yeah, so and she actually she performed with us at the event in Calgary and all of that. Are you familiar with Adam Green?
No.
Yeah, there's a Yorkie rescue in New Jersey.
Oh,
and he
Oh.
raises money every year. They'll do like a telethon, and it's on streaming media, but it's like a 3-day telethon.
Oh, wow.
With like celebrities dropping by and talking, and they raise a really good amount of money, that goes specifically for Yerkes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So those are like the main ones that I'm associated with.
Yeah. What would we do without you? Well, listen, when we are able to be together again, next time you are on our coast, next time you're in the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, we have to have you out. We would love to do something shelter-wise with you. You are such a friend of the animals. And again, such an amazing musician and a legend. I mean, you're a legend in music. When I say that, you're such a humble guy. Everybody knows Rudy's one of the nicest guys in the business. But truly, you're legendary. And to have an advocate like you for them is a big friggin' deal.
Oh, well, I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, I think everybody should definitely feel the love
You see
that
Willow?
I'm feeling right now.
Yeah. I think Rosie, you see Willow? There's Willow. There she is.
Willow.
She's huffing a little bit. I think she finally realizes there's a dog. She gives me the old, does Willow do this? Where they go,
I know.
They do the huff, like the, don't mess with me.
Yeah, Willow starts vibrating. It's like, and then she starts barking really loud.
Rudy, I love you. Thank you so much for doing it.
Terry, thank you so much for everything you do. God bless you. The one and only
Rudy Sarzo. And Willow. Bye, Miss Willow. Bye, Willow. Where's Miss Willow? There's Miss Willow.